Kracker Jack'd is a black horror comedy that is the debut film from director and writer Chad Hendricks. Quite honestly, the synopsis of this movie is vague to say the least, and I'm going to paraphrase it for you. Kracker Jack'd is a ghetto fairy tale of 5 brothers who throw a house party in the dirty South, despite previous mythology of a house party killing spree. Well, day turns to night, and the party is jumping like a fat girl on a trampoline. Everybody and their mama shows up, but this killer party soon turns deadly. Find out what happens when white bread goes bad. It's kind of stated that this movie is inspired by Rudy Raymore films, or as they're better known as, the blaxploitation movies of the 70s and 80s. This movie, I'm sorry, it's more of a video. It's available for free on YouTube. But I paid $5 for this movie, and I regret every single cent. God damn you, Fi. Garnering a 1.3 on IMDb, a whopping 1.2 on blackhorrormovies.com, and not even a single rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see where this movie all goes wrong.
I'm strapped too, homies.
Within the first 3 minutes of the movie, we are introduced to our 5 main characters. Hats, Muscles, Goldie, Rhymes, and Carlton. Now you may be thinking I'm just being offensive, but quite honestly, I think the names I gave them are a little bit better than what they are named in the movie. The movie immediately starts with the gang handing out party invitations when our only white guy of the movie shows up saying things I can't even understand. Then I guess he crosses the line, and then there is a weird beatdown scene. I mean, just take a look and tell me if this is any good.
John Boy. Wanna be crackle, white trash, everlasting, white as vanilla, Larry Bird, fucking nerd. House of pain.
After the beatdown, there's a chalk outline for a living person, and a crippled man breaks the fourth wall, or whatever.
Damn shame what they did to that white boy.
Then the gang heads home. Then I guess they go get some ribs, where a guy named Pops tells them the story of about pretty much the plot of the movie.
Didn't we close the front door? Get the fuck out the damn way.
Hell out of the way.
After a pretty ominous return home, they hear a noise from upstairs, and the guys go and check it out.
Either way, I'm about to wet that ass up. I'm about to A-Rod that ass. Well, know what I'm saying?
I'm strapped too, homies.
And we're introduced to 420. This is also the point in the movie where we are introduced to the 90s era MTV transitions you are going to be seeing throughout the whole movie. They are littered after every single scene. It is beyond annoying.
But sheezy, my knees.
I want to say, I'm not going over a lot of things. I'm not going over a lot of things this fast. No. Everything I have said so far is within the first 15 minutes. And I just said it in almost 2. That's kinda sad. Then we cut to the party, where we find out that Carlton is playing Uno all by himself. Wrong, by the way.
4, and the color is blue.
And nobody notices until Muscles points it out. Not even the 2 people on both sides of Carlton say anything or attempt to acknowledge that he's playing Uno by himself. Then we get our first kill of the movie. No, not an actual death, really. But the first movement, this movie dies. A man who I believe to be his Pops, I can't really remember because the lighting in this movie is not the greatest, but I'm guessing it's Pops. Gets his throat cut, but still continues to pray and call for help. I hate that horror trope in bad movies. You get your throat slit, but you can still continue to talk.
Shit. Oh, baby girl. Baby girl. Baby girl. Baby girl, shit. Baby girl. Girl, oh shit, give me a cigarette. Yeah, light this. Come on, girl, light this motherfucker. Light this motherfucker. Light the motherfucker, bitch. Light the motherfucker. What the fuck you doing? Come here.
After that dreadful scene, we go to Muscles playing dominoes and talking with extras. Not really relevant, I'm curious how dominoes works. That's all. Then we go to the grill where we can see that they are grilling ribs, but are asking for hot dogs. Then Hats goes to a secluded hot tub seemingly miles from the party, I guess, and starts going insane. You know, gotta be with a lady, but gotta go insane first, I guess.
Woo! Sink or swim, boys. Sink or swim. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me play with your body, baby, make you real hot. Let me do all the things you want me to do. Oh! 'Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky with you.
Then Hats dies. But the most out of nowhere reference is made. A Jacques Cousteau reference.
Ooh, a deep sea diver with hair long, Jacques Cousteau.
Followed almost immediately by necrophilia.
Smooches.
Oh, then Muscles dies. Oh, and instead of a stereotypical cross, he's wearing the Star of David. Again, not relevant, but just saying. Then, through the miraculous BJ of life, Hats comes back into our story. Warning. I do want to point out that this next part is not for children any way possible. Then Goldie is seen having sex with someone who has never taken an acting class in her life. It's sex. How the hell can you not fake it? Can you please tell me this? How can you not fake it? Oh, then Goldie dies.
To get off this trick, I'm gonna bitch slap you with my dick. This record ain't at my collection.
And I just want to say thank God we are in the home stretch of this movie. And then 420 dies. By getting choked for an hour. Because when he starts getting choked, it's 3:17. And when he dies, it's conveniently 4:20. It doesn't make sense. But because he's choked for an hour, how did the killer not get high and become passive? Isn't that the point of hotboxing? Is for other people to take in the smoke while someone else is smoking? I honestly don't really know if that's the correct term. I do not partake in drugs myself. And the white guy arrives to the party. Wait, what? If the white guy shows up to the party and he's the only white guy in the movie, then who's the killer? Well, I guess we haven't seen Carlton in a while. I wonder what he's up to.
Damn, Whoopi. You look like you just seen a ghost. Wait a minute. How did you get from? Oh, boy. I'm glad you all right. I mean, all right. Carlton. Carlton. Wake your ass up, man. Where you been all night? Sleeping?
Yeah, well, you know, I was cutting some Z's.
Oh. He's the killer. Now, I haven't mentioned this the whole movie, but every scene that Carlton is in, he has been called Kracker, as if to foreshadow this twist. Now, after he gets shot by the cops, it kind of just cuts to a sappy ending. There's no real big tense moment when Hats finds out that Carlton is the killer. There's no real big fight or shakedown. There's just nothing. And it's kind of sad. What could have been a good moment is kind of wasted.
So how you think you done that trade test?
Yeah, I think I did pretty good.
You think?
Well, shit, if a train leaving Chicago at 3 a.m. and a bus leaving New York at 4 p.m.
But then we get the terrible ending of, hey, I learned something. Be nice to the white guy, or he may kill you. And then it reveals that the white guy, whose actual name is Kracker, is
serious, bro.
has the killer's mask on his backpack. What an ending.
No!
Alright. I think now that we got the whole story out of the way of the movie, I think it's time I tell you the true names of the characters in the movie. There's Playa, Swole, Bling, Izzle, Spliff, and Carlton. My names were not better. They were just synonyms, except for hats. This movie really does reek of that film debut smell you see when you find someone's first ever movie. I also feel like I need to be honest about something. Upon repeat viewing of this movie, I quite honestly actually found myself enjoying this movie. I liked some of the jokes. It became more and more obvious that someone did work hard on this. That's clear to see. And I'm actually glad I found this. Now, is that me trying to say that this movie is good? Well, was it good?
No!
I mean, was it bad? Yes. Yes, it was. But I would still say, give it a look if you're interested. Or don't if you don't. I mean, I pretty much just told you the whole story. But I really won't dictate what you can and can't watch. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's available for free on YouTube, and if you want, you can always just cut it off. You already know how it ends at this point. If you liked the review, please leave a like and tell me in the comments below what could have been worked on. Subscribe if you want more content from us, and stay tuned for my next review or the next podcast. This is Bigby from PhantasmaCast saying goodbye.